Imagine a land where two mighty oceans meet, where emerald rainforests breathe the stories of ancient times, and where human ingenuity carved a path that forever changed the course of the world. This is Panama, a slender bridge between continents that holds a universe of wonders within its borders. Here, the sun rises over the Pacific and sets over the Atlantic, painting the skies with colors found nowhere else on Earth. It's a country where nature and innovation coexist, where tropical jungles teeming with wildlife stand alongside one of humanity's greatest engineering feats, the Panama Canal. Every year, more than 14,000 ships traverse this magnificent waterway, carrying dreams and goods that connect nations across the globe. Beyond its breathtaking landscapes lies a story of cultural fusion, a place where the rhythms of the Americas meet in harmony. Mysterious, diverse, and endlessly captivating, Panama is not merely a destination, it's an invitation to discover the heartbeat of a world between two oceans. Cayo Zapatilla, a destination made up of two islands surrounded by a beautiful coral reef, is located east of Isla Bastimentos. These islands are full of stories. Local legends say that the Zapatillas, or slipper Kais, were created by the feet of God as they touched down from the heavens. Other stories tell of pirates hiding their treasures here. One thing is for certain, Cayo Zapatilla is a treasure itself, and a must-see destination on your next vacation to Bocas del Toro. A visit to the islands is included in many of the snorkeling tours offered in town and online. However, it can be difficult to get confirmation about which island, Zapatilla North or Zapatilla South, will be included in your itinerary. Full-day tours from Isla Colón often combine one of the Zapatilla Islands, another snorkeling location, such as Cayo Corral, as well as dolphin watching and sloth observation. If you want to visit both islands, the best option is to organize a private tour. The recommended snorkel entry at Zapatilla South is from the beach, just to the right of the jetty. As the current usually runs in a west to east direction, it will allow you to drift instead of swimming against it. Cayo Zapatilla is more affected by waves and currents than other snorkeling locations in the archipelago. Before entering the water, ask the National Park Office or your guide for advice about sea conditions and the best way to snorkel safely. The snorkeling area at Cayo Zapatilla South stretches around the island's eastern tip. It is bounded by the jetty to the west, by the reef to the north, and by two tiny rocky islets to the west and south. Set on a distant part of Isla Colón, Bocas del Drago is far enough from Bocas town to discourage large crowds of tourists from making the trip. This means that visitors who venture here will often have long stretches of this palm-fringed beach entirely to themselves. The beach is truly spectacular, clean, secluded, and beautifully serene, perfect for lounging, reading, sunbathing, or swimming. The waves are gentle, and the water is pleasantly warm. During heavy rains, the water can become slightly murky, but coral gardens close to shore still offer some enjoyable snorkeling opportunities. Bocas del Drago is also rich in history. It is said to be the place where Christopher Columbus first landed in Panama, sailing south from Costa Rica. He entered Admiral Bay through the channel that separates the mainland from Colon Island. You can reach Bocas del Drago Beach from Bocas del Toro town either by boat or via the inland track across Isla Colon. If the sea is calm, the return journey can be made along the open sea side of Colon Island, offering a magnificent view of the coastline. Hidden in the heart of Panama lies one of humanity's greatest achievements, a canal that unites two oceans and forever changed the course of global trade, the Panama Canal. Ten years after its initial construction began, the canal opened on August 15, 1914. More than 100 years later, and already owned by the Panamanian government, the Panama Canal inaugurated its new construction phase in June 2016. This expansion project includes larger locks to cover the capacity of new commercial vessels. The Panama Canal is an artificial 82-kilometer waterway in Panama that connects the Caribbean Sea with the Pacific Ocean. It cuts across the narrowest point of the Isthmus of Panama and serves as a conduit for maritime trade between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Locks at each end lift ships up to Gatun Lake, an artificial freshwater lake 26 meters above sea level. The lake was created by damming the Chagres River and Lake Alajuela to reduce the amount of excavation work required for the canal. Locks then lower the ships at the other end. The canal is threatened by low water levels during droughts. The Panama Canal shortcut greatly reduces the time for ships to travel between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It enables them to avoid the lengthy, hazardous route around the southernmost tip of South America via the Drake Passage, the Strait of Magellan, or the Beagle Channel. Its construction was one of the largest and most difficult engineering projects ever undertaken. Since its inauguration, the canal has succeeded in shortening maritime communication in time and distance, invigorating global maritime and economic transportation. Are you dreaming of pristine beaches, crystal clear waters, and a tropical paradise getaway? Look no further than the San Blas Islands in Panama. This archipelago of over 350 islands is a hidden gem that's just waiting to be explored. The islands are part of the Comarca de Cunayala, an independent indigenous territory stretching from the Caribbean side of Panama to Colombia. These islands are part of the Comarca de Cunayala, an independent indigenous territory on the Caribbean side of Panama. It's worth noting that the islands are often referred to as the San Blas Islands due to the common usage of the old name in guidebooks and across the internet. Locals, however, refer to this area as Cunayala, or also written as Gunayala. The islands are not as well known or easily accessible, but they boast beautiful beaches and a fascinating indigenous culture. Tourism on the San Blas Islands is fully managed by the locals, who welcome you with warm smiles and open hearts. You can easily spend the entire day lazily swinging in a hammock with a coconut or a cool drink in your hands. But the islands offer so much more. Each island has powdery white sand and crystal clear water, and most are close to colorful reefs where you can snorkel and explore tropical fish. With a tour, you can go island hopping to see other islands or visit a Kuna village. If you are interested in the local culture, book a stay with a local Kuna family or join a tour that takes you to a Kuna village to learn more about their traditional lifestyle. You'll be amazed to discover the Kuna's traditional beliefs, dances, and culture, as well as how daily life in the villages is organized. El Valle de Antón, or the Antón Valley, or simply El Valle as the locals call it, is an incredibly beautiful spot in Panama, located in a mountainous region in the Cocal province. The most common and convenient option is to drive from Panama City. The journey takes about 2 to 3 hours, depending on who's behind the wheel and on traffic. The scenic drive passes through rolling hills and tropical landscapes as you ascend into the valley. Along the way, you can stop at several rest areas or explore nearby beach towns like Coronado and San Carlos. The entire town is located inside a volcanic crater, creating an incredible environment surrounded on all sides by mountains, waterfalls, jungle, and rich wildlife. It is said to be the only town in the world located inside a volcano. It's quite fascinating to think that at some point in time, a group of people decided the best place to live was within a volcano. Unknowingly, they created a tourist hotspot filled with dozens of things to do. Hiking is one of the most popular and beloved activities in El Valle de Antón. There are several routes that reward hikers with breathtaking panoramas over the volcanic crater and the charming town below. On clear days, you can even see the sparkling ocean in the distance. Whether you're looking for an easy walk or a more challenging ascent, there's a trail for every level of adventure. The views are especially magical at sunrise or sunset, when the valley glows in golden light. For anyone visiting El Valle, exploring its mountain trails is truly an experience not to be missed. Contadora, which means counter or bookkeeper in Spanish, was allegedly the island where the conquistadors took stock of their inventory before returning to Spain. Because of its close proximity to Panama City, Isla Contadora is a popular destination for Panama's wealthiest families. Today, there are a fair number of well-run and reputable accommodations on the island. The island is only 1.2 square kilometers, making it easy to explore from end to end. There are 11 beaches on the island, all of them beautifully pristine. Healthy coral reefs lie just offshore, perfect for swimming or snorkeling. For a truly private experience, visitors can also take a boat to one of the archipelago's uninhabited islands. The surrounding waters are ideal for many activities, with diving and snorkeling among the most popular. For a more affordable option, the island can be reached by a scenic, though sometimes bumpy, 2-hour boat ride. Hidden deep within the lush highlands of Chiriquí, Chorcha Waterfall is a spectacular waterfall destination that captures the essence of natural beauty. Located near the vibrant city of David, this striking waterfall descends gracefully down a rugged cliff, surrounded by verdant forests teeming with biodiversity. The area's unique geological formation creates a breathtaking backdrop for this pristine waterfall. As the water cascades over the cliff's edge, it forms a high, narrow stream that dissipates into a gentle mist, nourishing the surrounding vegetation. This natural marvel offers not only a stunning visual spectacle, but also a serene environment for visitors seeking tranquility amid nature. A short hike through the scenic, diverse ecosystem leads to the fall's viewpoint, where the sound of rushing water and the vibrant greenery come together to create a harmonious symphony of sights and sounds. Adventurous souls might also discover the local flora and fauna, including vibrant birds and unique tropical plants. As you stand in awe of Cascada Chorcha, you feel a deep connection to the area's rich natural heritage. It is easily one of the standout attractions in Chiriquí. Once isolated for decades, this island has become a sanctuary of extraordinary biodiversity, often called the Galapagos of Central America. Off the Pacific coast of Panama lies Coiba Island, a remote and untamed paradise where emerald jungles meet turquoise waters and nature thrives in its purest form. The island is the largest in Central America, and without a doubt, one of its most biodiverse places. It even holds a UNESCO World Heritage designation to prove its ecological importance. Above the surface, Coiba is covered in pristine virgin rainforest, home to countless creatures of all shapes and sizes, some found nowhere else on Earth. There are also 38 other islands within the park, each adorned with powdery white sand beaches and glistening emerald waters. It is one of the most biodiverse regions in all of Central America and is often referred to as the Galapagos of Panama. Interestingly, Coiba is actually connected to the Galapagos Islands via an underwater volcanic mountain range. The island also has a dark and fascinating history as a penal colony, where dangerous criminals and political prisoners were sent from 1919 to 2004. Many of these prisoners were known as los desaparecidos, or the disappeared, who vanished under the dictatorship of Manuel Noriega. Like other penal colonies around the world, remote islands with harsh conditions and limited access made ideal prison locations. Unlike traditional prisons, inmates on Isla Coiba roamed freely, as escape was nearly impossible. Crocodiles and sharks surrounding the island ensured that no one could ever truly get away. Panama City, also known as Panama, is the capital and largest city of Panama. It serves as the administrative and economic hub of the Republic of Panama and is among the busiest urban centers in Central America. Spanish is the official language and the most widely used in everyday life, although English is frequently used in tourism and business. Commercial offerings range from major international brands to popular markets and small local shops. You can also find establishments specializing in products from various ethnic communities, particularly those of Chinese and Indian origin. The city was founded on August 15, 1519, when Pedro Arias Davila established the first permanent European settlement on the Pacific coast of the Americas. Thanks to its strategic location, the town quickly became a key hub for transatlantic trade, channeling precious metals and other resources from the Viceroyalty of Peru to Europe. In 1671, the original settlement, today known as Panama Viejo, was sacked and burned by the English privateer Henry Morgan. This devastation led authorities in 1673 to relocate the city westward and erect a fortified area now known as Casco Antiguo. Its cobblestone streets and colonial buildings still bear witness to that era. During the 19th century, Panama joined Gran Colombia and experienced political upheavals that culminated in its 1903 separation from Colombia. Nonetheless, ambition for an interoceanic canal persisted, first led by the French and later by the Americans. When the Panama Canal opened in 1914, the city underwent profound economic and social transformations. This milestone cemented Panama City's role as a vital crossroads between oceans and continents. Boquete, a picturesque town nestled in the highlands of Panama's Chiriquí province, has gained a reputation as a haven for outdoor enthusiasts and nature lovers. While it certainly lives up to this title, there is much more to discover in this charming destination. It is located in the westernmost province of Chiriquí, about 60 kilometers from the border with Costa Rica, and lies on the Caldera River in Panama's green mountain highlands. Because of its elevation, around 1,200 meters above sea level, its climate is cooler than that of the lowlands. Its scenic location, pleasant temperature, and lush natural surroundings make it popular with Panamanians and attract tourists and retirees from around the world. Archaeological studies suggest that Boquete's history began sometime between 600 BC and 300 AD. In the Caldera region, petroglyphs provide evidence of ancient settlements in the area. During Spanish colonization, the highlands served as an isolated refuge for indigenous tribes such as the Ngobe and the Mosquito, due to the rugged terrain. The colonization of Boquete began in earnest in the latter half of the 19th century, with settlers arriving from nearby towns like Bugaba, Gualaca, and David, as well as from Yugoslavia, France, Germany, and other European countries. Colonizers from the United States also arrived, establishing the first coffee plantations and agricultural farms. In Spanish, the word boquete means gap or opening. It was through this mountain pass that curious gold seekers once traveled, searching for a cheaper and quicker route to the Pacific. By the early 20th century, several villages had been established: Lino, Kiel, Bajo Mono, Los Naranjos, and Bajo Boquete, the latter now serving as the town center of the district. Also known as San Felipe, the city's original walled quarter features museums, cathedrals, cafes, restaurants, rooftops, and stunning canal views. Casco Viejo, or Casco Antiguo, is the historic district of Panama City. Completed and settled in 1673, it was built following the near-total destruction of the original Panama City, Panama Viejo, in 1671, when the latter was attacked by pirates. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1997. Panama City was originally founded on August 15, 1519, and lasted 152 years. In January 1671, Governor Juan Pérez de Guzmán ordered it to be set on fire before the attack and looting by the pirate Henry Morgan. In 1672, Antonio Fernández de Córdoba initiated the construction of a new city, which was officially founded on January 21, 1673. This city was built on a peninsula completely isolated by the sea and protected by a defensive system of walls. Today, this area preserves the earliest institutions and buildings of modern Panama City. It is known as Casco Viejo, which translates to Old Town in Spanish. In the 18th century, this part of the city suffered 3 major fires that partially destroyed it and altered its original structure. The current layout dates from the late 19th century and the first half of the 20th century. The reconstruction allowed the blending of neoclassical and Afro-Antillean architecture with colonial ruins and buildings. This unique mixture distinguishes Casco Viejo from other historic towns such as Cartagena de Indias and Quito, which have a more exclusively colonial style. In recent years, Casco Viejo, through gentrification, has transformed into a vibrant tourist hotspot. It is now filled with restaurants, boutique hotels, museums, and nightclubs, while still preserving its many historical landmarks. From the emerald depths of its rainforests to the dazzling skyline that touches the ocean, Panama is a land where contrasts blend effortlessly. Ancient traditions live alongside modern innovation, and every region tells a story shaped by nature's rhythm and human spirit. It is a country that connects worlds, inviting every traveler to discover a place where adventure, culture, and beauty converge in perfect harmony.